I think when you're trying to find yourself as well, like figure out what your skills are as well. Like figure out what you're good at and what you're not good at. Because I promise you, you're not good at something, and I promise you, you're pretty good at something else. All right.
That's very real.
So figure out what you're good at and what you're not good at, and definitely try to feel out what you physically, like what you want to do. Like can you do, or you want to be a laborer? Do you want to be in an office? You know what I'm saying? Like there's all these variables. Like,
and that's where you're at right now. Just trying to figure things out.
Just trying to figure things out. I mean, I work a full-time job right now, and it's just chill. I work at night, and I mean, I have a lot of time on my hands when I'm at work. I'm not doing too much. But during the day, I'm tired most of the time. But I am trying to go to school and stuff. But it's just hard for me to kind of make that firm decision that like I want to go to college. This is my decision, not my parents' decision, not my mom's decision, not my aunt's decision, not fucking Joe from down the street's decision. It's fucking my decision.
Alrighty, what up, you guys? I'm Bryson Smith.
And I'm Javin.
And this is Who Cares?
I get anxious.
Okay, so today I got one of my friends here. His name is Robert. And I just wanted to pretty much get his perspective, a teenager's perspective on how he's been handling himself in this pandemic, and just kind of hear him talk. So me and Javin are going to be bombarding him with questions, and he's going to be answering them as genuine as possible. So right off the back, Robert, well, I'll let you introduce yourself, even though I just basically tell them your name. You can let them know like your name, where you're from, and all that stuff.
My name is Robert Jones. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
A little bit better.
Yeah.
If you talk directly into the mic.
Yeah. You got it, Robert.
My name's Robert, and I live in Southern California. And
You can hold it if you want.
yeah, for sure. That's probably better. I'm 18 years old. I just graduated high school.
18.
Just trying to figure, I guess, life out in general. Just trying to find where my journey is gonna start, and just
go from there.
Basically, just trying to find myself and where I want my life to be and where I want my life to go, and even my career path. Like that's a big part of my life. So I'm trying to figure what I want to do and what I'm good at, what I'm not good at. I'm trying to figure out what I like to do, what I don't like to do.
Right.
And then I'm trying to figure out like where I want to live, where I want to be, where I want to be in the world, like where I want to be in 5 years, where I want to be in 10 years, where I want to be in the next 20 years. You know? So
my not to cut you off, but
no problem.
After listening to you talk, my first question to you would be, especially since we're in this pandemic, how have you been handling yourself since the beginning of the pandemic? So you graduated and then the pandemic hit, right?
Actually, it kind of was like there was like a 3-month period at the end of the year where the pandemic kind of started to get bigger and it started to grow. Like
it got worse.
More. Yeah. And then
like it started in March, correct? Yeah. And then it just
something like that. And like in December it was fine. Like January it was fine. February, like we were all like, oh bro, like this shit's not gonna be enough. And like it's gonna be fine. Like we're just gonna continue going to school. Like they're definitely not gonna shut down the schools, because I was like, that's never gonna happen. Like what?
For college,
especially in California. Like I wouldn't never have thought they were gonna close all the schools, but they did. And so we all just kind of went home and we did like the extended learning at home with like laptops and stuff. And it was all right. For me personally, I didn't have a like too hard of a schedule for my senior year, because I took care of most of the classes I needed to do within my 3 years, like my freshman, sophomore, and my junior year. Like I took care of all my core classes, so I didn't need to take too many other classes in my senior year, because I wasn't even looking for like a 4-year college.
I got you. I got you. How's it? Like what are the things you would do for fun now versus pre-pandemic, when you could actually go out and do stuff now?
It's hard right now, because even the people that you're used to hanging out with, that you used to be hanging out with, that you're used to hanging out with, and they're a little bit different. Like everyone's changed. Like you can't just go hang out with certain people. You can't just like even shake someone's hand sometimes.
Yeah,
now,
it is.
you know
It
what
is a
I'm
lot
saying?
different. Yeah.
So for me, I like to be out in like in an environment where there's a lot of people. Everything's
Extrovert.
moving. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like it fast paced, like LA or New York and stuff like that. So that's the kind of scene I like personally. So once a pandemic hit, it was kind of just like everything was done. It was over. Like you can't like you could still go to LA, but everything's closed up and stuff. And the people like it's not there. There's not that many people anymore.
Right.
And like people are just like weird now. That
People have been weird, but
Yeah.
I'm listening.
yeah, it's like it's like I don't like you don't know how to react kind of because some people are chill about it. Like they're just like they'll still be like
Themselves.
human to you like
Yeah.
normal.
Right.
And then
Normal.
like other people will just like freak out on you and it's like I don't even know what to do. I don't know how to react. Like this isn't normal.
Are you still getting
Okay.
used to it? Getting used to this?
Yeah, definitely still trying to get used to it because like we don't have anyone to go to and be like, hey, what do you do during a pandemic?
True. This is the first time we've done this. Or this has happened.
Yeah. So it's like we're trying to just all figure it out for the first time, and it's like a little bit difficult. The line's a little bit blurry. Like we don't know where we're going.
Right.
Everything's kind of closed. Like opportunities that we would have had before the pandemic that we don't have now is immense. Like even that social networking
Way
thing
different.
is dramatically changed through the pandemic. And I mean, I don't know how you're gonna be getting an education either over a Zoom call.
I know, right?
You know, so
It's a nightmare.
It really is.
Yeah.
I completely resonate with what you're saying because when the pandemic even hit, or like when school, stopped or whatever, I remember getting the text message. And I was like, oh, well, I guess everything's online now. And I do terrible with online classes, FYI. So
Doing terrible. I'm doing terrible.
Yeah, that's not my strength.
Were you planning? You're not planning on doing online classes?
I am.
You are? Okay.
Yeah. My parents are pressing me like crazy to go to school, and
How do you feel about that? How do you feel about school?
It stresses me out.
What are your thoughts on school? Let's hear it.
I think, well, like the high school. High school. Like I think high school, like the education system is broken. I think.
I agree.
It's not for this time period. It was maybe for the time period like 50 to 100 years ago. Like maybe that's what it was right for. But now that we have all these resources, we need more like creative. We need more outlets. We need more options. More of like. I guess you could say like. It's more. It's deeper. I want like more. Like it's not so basic. Like not everyone has the same job. Not
more
like,
focusing on.
Like, it's like
emotional
also
development.
I do want to say something because I really don't agree with the high school education system at all. So much, in fact, where I've actually come up with a few topics I think should be taught in high school. Which we'll do a video on. But I also want to say I don't like in the high school system how. I feel like they teach people to work for other people. They teach you to go to school and to get this job to work for someone. I feel like they should be teaching people how to work for themselves. Yes, it's cool to work for people, but I don't think that should be the main objective pushed.
It shouldn't be the only objective.
Or only objective. You know what I'm saying?
The option you got.
Yeah, like I feel like they make it seem like that in school though.
It's like a machine, man. It's like they're not treating you like almost as if you weren't like human in a way, because you're kind of like going to a prison. Like you don't need all the stuff that you're even learning every day.
You don't.
On an everyday basis.
You don't. Which is why these topics that I came up with, which I will give to you guys next episode or at some point, I based them off real life. What's the word I'm looking
skills,
for?
Like
skills, like things you would actually do in real life that school could help you with, that they're not helping you with.
Yeah.
They teach you a whole lot of things that you would not use in your everyday average real life.
Exactly. I feel.
So, yeah.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, and while I disagree with Bryson's assertion, and you'll see why next
Let's
time.
hear it.
Okay. I was just gonna. I do agree that this situation that we're in is kind of exposing how flawed the education system really is.
Right.
So I guess I was gonna propose a question to you. Do you think the education system is going to improve after this pandemic? After like it's become like, for example, people are not going to college at the same rate they used to, which was making colleges lose a fuck ton of money.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So do you think that we're going to change things up and appeal more to what people actually want from school after this pandemic? Or do you think it's going to get worse where it's like, fuck it, we're going to make a cheap, a trashy system and we're just going to keep doing that?
I feel like the optimistic part of me is saying that, yeah, we're going to change, like the system's gonna change, like the generations are gonna start changing, and times are gonna start changing. Like, that's what I would hope for, but I kind of just feel like the government, which is controlling the school systems, just kind of wants the population to kind of be dumb almost, to kind of be uninformed almost in a way. Because, yes, they are informing you on basic knowledge with history and your sciences and math and stuff like that, but they're not teaching you real-life basic, like, skills.
That's
and,
what
like,
I'm saying.
how to survive on your own. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
If you graduated high school now and your parents told you you gotta survive,
you would not know how to handle that as a young teenager,
Never.
or as a teenager, in your late teens or whatever. You don't know.
It would be a deer in the headlights. I would be so confused.
Right. And I feel like they could teach you a lot of this in school ahead of time.
Exactly.
Like how to use money, how to save money, like credit, like this is stuff that should be taught at a young age. Even with, I feel like they should teach you how to drive in school. And I know they used to back in the day, and they taken that away. I don't know why, but I think they should bring that back.
Yep.
And so
all these actually old systems that they usually haven't had in school was like really good and beneficial for the kids, because then
not all of them.
Exactly. Well, some of the kids had opportunity to find or to figure out what they liked to do, because they had it in the school system. Now that none of that is there, it's like you're gonna go to class, you're gonna play a sport, or you're gonna play an instrument, or you can go do theater. And it's like, if you're doing theater, you gotta just do whatever they're doing. You could do musical theater, like they're doing whatever. You gotta do what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not even that many opportunities with that. Like,
kind of like sports to me.
Yeah.
It's like you get soccer, basketball, or football. And anything else is kind of weird.
Yeah, it's like you don't even get the opportunity to play like lacrosse or something. Like, what?
For girls, it's worse. It's like you get volleyball, and anything else is not gonna go really.
Cheerleading.
Exactly.
I could talk all
So
day
all
about
this
cheerleading.
potential is just kind of getting skipped by,
I think, in a way.
where these kids that just haven't found their way of life. Like, they haven't found what their passion is or what they absolutely love to do. Cause
Well,
sorry to cut you off. I think once you find that passion and what you love to do, then the sky's the limit. Like, you can go as far as you want.
Right. I think it's important to note that, it's everyone finds their passion at different spots in their life.
Definitely.
And you're what, 18, 19? So
about to be 19.
It's common for someone to be asking these questions and trying to figure out what it is they want to do with their life.
For sure.
And for some people they find that earlier, later. It's something. That's why I always say, when you're younger, in your 20s, late teens, like, you should experiment with as many things as possible to figure out what it is you like and what you don't like.
Agreed.
And that's
heroin. Maybe don't do that.
That's funny.
Don't
But
I mean, if it
one.
gets you where you need to be, maybe, but like just on policy.
you get my point, though, right?
Yeah. I think when you're trying to find yourself as well, like, figure out what your skills are as well. Like, figure out what you're good at and what you're not good at, because I promise you, you're not good at something, and I promise you, you're pretty good at something else. All right.
That's very real.
So figure out what you're good and what you're not good at, and definitely try to feel out what you physically, like what you want to do. Like, can you do, or you want to be a laborer? Do you want to be in an office? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's all these variables. Like,
and that's where you're at right now? Just trying to figure things out.
Just trying to figure things out. I mean, I work a full-time job right now, and it's just chill. I work at night, and I mean, I have a lot of time on my hands when I'm at work. I'm not doing too much. But during the day, I'm tired most of the time. But I am trying to go to school and stuff. But it's just hard for me to kind of make that firm decision that, like, I'm want to go to college. This is my decision, not my parents' decision, not my mom's decision, not my aunt's decision, not fucking Joe from down the street's decision. It's fucking my decision.
Right, and it is. I want to ask the question, what is it about college that's keeping you from going to college? Is it because the pandemic? Is it because you're just not a fan of school? Like, what is it exactly? Or are you just being conscious? You're just really trying to figure out what it is you enjoy doing?
Well, first of all, I like the idea of college for certain things.
Okay.
The idea for college, like, if you want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, you want to be something that absolutely needs that education, then definitely
you gotta
go to school. But if you're trying to go a different route, like, I don't understand paying $120,000 for school and getting out and not even having a job necessarily. You literally just have a piece of paper with the signatures and a certificate saying that you graduated, and you have more knowledge in an area than others. So I'm afraid of that, like, just kind of putting all my eggs in one basket and just going to school and, like, getting out and, like, having all this debt, not knowing what I want to do still maybe at that point, or maybe even going halfway through school and being like, oh, this is what I want to do, and I just paid $60,000.
That also happens.
God.
These are all common too. These are all very common.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, I just paid $60,000. I might as well just go all the way, right?
So it sounds like you're just not willing to take that risk.
Yeah, I'm definitely afraid.
Fair.
I'm afraid of that risk, and I think
It's risky.
I'm almost more convinced in myself than school.
Gotcha.
I'm almost more convinced in me creating my own environment to where I can become successful. You know what I'm saying?
Being your own boss, essentially.
Yeah. Working for myself.
Which is the best thing that anyone could do for themselves.
Exactly.
Is to be your own boss.
Exactly.
That way you set the ball game. You work when you want to work. You do what you want to do.
I want to have that freedom. I want to have that financial freedom, first of all, and then whatever follows that. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
That's a little bit why I'm afraid of school. I'm afraid of school because it's so forced. And I feel like things that are good for you should not feel like this. Should not feel like you need. It's absolute. I felt like I had more of an option going to high school than going to college at this point.
Wow.
Like, my parents are pushing it so hard. Like, it's like I could have just ditched like a month of high school and, like, they wouldn't have said anything. And then now, like, college, it's like, woo, you gotta go. And I'm like, oh, I'm not ready. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know. Like, I'm not ready.
I think it has to do with, you're growing, you're a young man, becoming into, you're growing into a man. And so I think parents are going to apply that pressure.
Yeah, exactly.
But
that's what I'm saying.
You've got time. But,
you got time. Yeah.
I didn't, like, I went right into college after high school, but then I did a year or so of that. And then for 2 years straight, I was off the grid.
Okay. So
I went off.
For me, it's either I go to school or I get kicked out. So that's my option.
see.
Those are my options. I go to school or I become,
what if you do,
I guess homeless. I
always hear about people who've done, like, okay, what if you did something
I
like,
mean, if someone could support me, that'd be lit. That'd be lit.
What if you told your parents, like, okay, I'll take a year off of school, but I'm going to pursue this, like, heavily. and they like give you
never.
Oh, so they're not even giving you
no
an option to do what you want to do.
No, I already tried. I talked to them.
Like, give me a year to do this, and if something doesn't work, then
well,
like,
this
okay,
was
I'll go to school.
my first point. I was like, okay, how about I just go to school in the winter, after winter classes get over in like December 20th or whatever. You come back or whatever, you do your winter classes, right?
Right.
So I was like, all right, I just want to do that, and I would just want to work full time right now and save money. Because at the same time, I have to also pay for this school.
Right.
So it's like
it's a lot.
I have to pay for it, and it's like if I don't pay for it, I get kicked out. And it's like, oh, so like that's another point for me specifically, where it's like it's a little bit harsher.
That's a rough situation.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you could.
That's almost not fair. I would.
Well,
I'm thinking. So you live under their roof, so you got to listen to them. So you're gonna have to go to school. You could do like part-time school, part-time job, and just kind of.
well, for them, I have to have 12 credits, 12
so
units.
they want full-time.
Yeah.
Full-time job and full-time
Yeah.
student.
That's a lot.
Well,
It's
I
impossible.
don't think I
It's
could
not
do
impossible.
full-time
Should do
job.
part-time job, full-time student. That's what
especially
I was
night
doing.
shifts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
gonna be exhausted.
Yeah,
the whole day.
I know. So I'm at the crossroads where
They'll definitely teach you structure.
I need to, I guess, decide on where I'm gonna go, what choice I'm gonna make, what path I'm gonna take, and it's scary, you know,
I
like
feel
Plus the pandemic.
yeah,
It's just like
especially that's the thing, like especially a pandemic on top of everything, like
online class.
yeah, it's
those
like.
online classes are lame.
And I also I'm not going to get anything out of an online class. I know that for sure, 100%. In the way that I learn, I mean, I'm like thinking about 100 different things at one time. I can't just focus with you on the computer. Come on, bro.
Right. And it's so like you're at home. It's
yeah,
so
bro.
easy
I
to
could just fall asleep, you know,
Yeah,
light up a little bit. It's just
One
you
thing,
can't focus.
a little unsolicited advice, I guess.
What's up?
From somebody who hasn't actually gotten through all of college, is that this is something my uncle tells me all the time. Where it's
Whom
like,
is a teacher?
who will
Exactly.
probably be a guest on here, I hope.
Right.
He says that school isn't designed to teach you anything. It's designed to get you through. And once you get through, you get opportunities. And those opportunities are invaluable. So I guess it's less about what you want to learn in school and more about what opportunities you want in the future. And if those opportunities are forced on you, then they're not really opportunities at all. So I would argue that
I feel like
You should try telling his parents that.
I feel like I would.
I'll set up a meeting. I'm free.
I feel like I
yeah.
would squander the opportunities that I get out of college almost. Because
Well, you're 18. That's impossible. You can't do that.
yeah.
You'll always have an option. If you fail 15 times in a row, okay, maybe
Right.
maybe there's a discussion to be had.
yeah.
But I failed like so many classes.
That's another thing. I'm afraid of
Same.
failing a class and being like, oh, fuck, I just paid for that fucking
No,
class.
God damn it.
It's really, really annoying, and that's why. I guess I'm just trying to like quell your anxieties about going to college.
Yeah.
If you don't like a class, don't even worry about any other social pressures. There's nothing more important than just dropping that class.
Yeah.
You
Right,
have that
right.
option. Always give yourself that option.
Uh-huh.
I've made that mistake too many times.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, oh, I'm just not at the place in my life to where I can do this class successfully. But
Yeah.
because of these pressures, I feel like I have to just
Yeah.
push through it.
Mhm.
I failed every time. I failed, and you just got to drop it.
Yeah.
And also don't.
I think
be
the mics have blown out. Oh, there we go. They're back in.
Oh, did it go out for
blew
you?
out, yeah, went
Oh,
out.
okay. Whoops. My point is, you'll get that money back.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that. More than that, while I think 12 credits is a lot. Personally, I don't think you
12
should have
time.
to do that.
I was like 12.
They want you to be in school.
Yeah.
Like
Maybe
that's
like,
all you
like-
eat. Go home.
drink, sleep.
So, it's just everything school.
Like you can do it. It's just rough.
Yeah, that's a lot. Bro.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready for that either. And I don't know, like not necessarily that I'm not ready for that. Like if it was like, all right, we're gonna pay for you to go to school, like you go to school and you
Mhm.
can work, like, oh sick, sick. Like, okay, I'll go to school. Like, all right, bet. You choose, you picked it. You set up the classes. You do all that. Like, I'm not ambitious for school enough to even like I have done all the stuff that I needed to do, like registration, get all the classes together.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just at the point where I need to pay, and I'm not
trying to pay.
Yeah. And I'm like, bro. I'm not ready to pay, and I'm like, if I pay, I gotta go. I gotta do it.
You gotta get it done.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm afraid, like, I don't know if I can even keep my job if I'm going. Like,
right.
Like, what if I can't pay for my next semester? Like, what? Like, I don't.
And then that's a wasted semester.
Exactly. So
that's the situation he's going through. If
Right.
you guys have similar experiences, maybe shout out like some. How'd you solve it? I guess, or how are you solving it?
Like, can you relate? You got anything you want to say?
Because I felt that way.
Yeah.
I've been in that place. I'm almost in that
yeah.
place now where I'm like, I have to pay for all this, and it might not even
It's a
be
lot.
worth it.
Yeah,
That's a rough
it's a lot.
situation. I sympathize.
And I mean, I wanted the option of just work for a few months, save up a little bit of money, so then when it does come time to pay, it's like, okay, I could pay, and I'll have a little bit of money to get me through however long I need to get through. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just stressful. So.
I know, man.
Alrighty, well, we have to wrap this up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If there's any last thing you want to say to other people that are kind of in the same situation as you, what would you tell them?
I would tell them, you're probably gonna be okay.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna be okay. I think I'm gonna get through it.
I think you got it.
Be smart. Take all your opportunities, like everything you can. Take anything you can.
Right.
And don't burn any bridges. And be a kind person to everyone you meet. Like, you never know what that person can lead you to. Like, whenever I met this guy, never would I have thought I'd be sitting right here right now. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. You never know.
Just hold up all your opportunities, keep everything open, and try to find what you love to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And we'll leave it at that.
And like,
comment, and subscribe.
And comment.
Thank you for having me on, guys.
Oh, no problem, bro.
Absolutely. Yeah. We love having guests
dope.
on, and you were a really solid guest. So
cool. There you go. Woo! All right, we will see you guys next time.
All right, see you guys.